outpouring of the Spirit, faith and love. Ask for my Spirit and I will lower it upon you, as I have promised you. For this request will not remain unfulfilled, because then you desire the connection with me and you have already passed your test of will on earth. Because then you will have turned away from my adversary and towards me, because the request for enlightenment through the Spirit is a full concession of your will to return to me. And because I gladly give you what proves my love for you, my strength, which is now effective in you. The human being will only request my Spirit when he acknowledges me, when he believes in me as a supremely perfect being which is related to himself, and when he wants to have this bond proven. Not in doubt but out of longing for love for me. For then the human being asks for an expression of my presence, the human being asks for a sign of my love and my spiritual care. He asks for something to remedy his shortcomings, he asks for light and thus acknowledges me as the source of light. He wants to be enlightened by the eternal truth itself by having his thinking illuminated by my Spirit. To voice this request also requires a living faith, a faith which has attained that strength through love that the human being consciously establishes the connection with me through his call, that he thus prays to me in spirit and in truth. For I only speak of the request which is not just thoughtlessly spoken, which I do not pay attention to. The heartfelt prayer for enlightenment of the Spirit will always reach me and be granted. After all, it is the beginning of constant contact between me and the human being on earth which will result in undreamt of success, because now my Spirit can constantly work in the human being and guide and teach him. But faith in the working of my Spirit in the human being first has to be gained, and this faith is not often found because people are still too distant from me and therefore ignorant, and because being far from God also means lightlessness. Therefore the prayer for the outpouring of my Spirit is already a sign of nearness to God, it is already a sign that a ray of light has touched the heart of the one who prays to me like this. And this person will never fall back into darkness, he will not distance himself from me again, he will always come closer to me because the spiritual spark in him pushes towards me, because once he has been awakened into God's presence, he will always come closer to me. Once it has been awakened to life, incessantly impels the human being to strive towards me, and because I then let my spiritual strength flow in and draw him to me, for the change of will has now taken place, which is the purpose of his earthly life, and my living creation returns to me as my child. For the human being whose spirit is enlightened now recognizes the right path which leads to me, home to his Father's house. Amen.